If you stand in any parking lot in America, you will notice something massive. The cars around you have been replaced by giants. Modern pickup trucks now tower over standard sedans. Their hoods are as high as a normal person's chest. And they are absolutely everywhere.
The Ford F-Series is not just the most popular truck in the country. It has been the best-selling vehicle in America for 47 consecutive years. Americans buy millions of these massive machines every single year. But if you look closely at these vehicles, something doesn't add up. They are designed like construction equipment. They are built like heavy industrial machinery. Yet they're being used to pick up groceries and drop kids off at school. They have the towing capacity to move a house, but they are usually carrying nothing but air. So why did America abandon the normal car?
The most common answer is simply utility. We are told that Americans need these trucks for work. The commercials show them climbing mountains and hauling massive loads of steel. They sell the idea of rugged independence. We assume millions of people are buying them because they actually need to haul things. We think it is just a practical choice for the American lifestyle.
But the data tells a completely different story. According to industry research, 75% of truck owners tow something once a year or less. Over a third of owners use their massive truck beds once a year or less. For most drivers, the truck bed is basically a very expensive, uncovered trunk. In fact, automakers know this perfectly well. That is why modern trucks have completely changed their shape. 20 years ago, trucks had massive beds and tiny cabins. Today, the passenger cabins are massive luxury suites, and the beds are shrinking. They are no longer work vehicles. They are luxury cars sitting on top of construction frames. And the reason for this has nothing to do with what consumers actually wanted. To understand why trucks took over, we have to go back to 1964. The story actually starts with frozen chicken. Europe had just placed a massive tax on cheap American chicken imports. The United States government was furious. So President Lyndon B. Johnson retaliated. He slapped a massive 25% tariff on a strange category of European goods. This included potato starch, brandy, and imported light trucks. That strange tariff became known as the chicken tax, and it accidentally changed the American road forever.
Because of this tax, foreign automakers essentially stopped trying to sell cheap trucks in America. This handed Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler a protected domestic monopoly. Without foreign competition, Detroit automakers could charge whatever they wanted. They realized they could make massive profits on trucks compared to normal cars. The profit margin on a $60,000 truck is astronomical. But that alone did not put a truck in every suburban driveway. The real explosion happened because of well-intentioned environmental laws. The government wanted cars to use less gas, so they created the corporate average fuel economy standards. But in 2011, they made a massive change to the rules. They tied a vehicle's required fuel efficiency to its physical footprint. The footprint is the square footage between the four wheels. The rule was supposed to force companies to make their small cars more efficient. But automakers found a massive loophole. It was incredibly expensive to engineer better engines for small cars, but it was incredibly cheap to just make the vehicles wider and longer. By simply making the truck bigger, it instantly qualified for looser emissions rules. The government accidentally made it illegal to build small, cheap trucks. So automakers stopped making them entirely. They supersized everything to dodge the regulations.
But how could normal people afford these massive, expensive machines? That brings us to a strange IRS loophole known as Section 179. Originally, this was designed to help farmers buy heavy tractors.
It allowed a business to instantly deduct the entire purchase price of heavy equipment from their taxes. The rule applies to any vehicle weighing over 6,000 pounds. Suddenly, accountants realized something incredible. A luxury pickup truck weighs more than 6,000 pounds. This became known as the Hummer tax loophole. A real estate agent or a contractor could buy an $80,000 luxury truck, and they could instantly write off the entire cost on their taxes. The government was literally subsidizing the purchase of massive luxury trucks. All of these strange rules created a perfect storm. Automakers stopped advertising sedans and poured billions into marketing trucks. They rebranded them as the ultimate symbol of American success. Ford eventually stopped selling normal passenger sedans in North America entirely. The market was completely engineered by policy. But this created a dangerous new reality on American roads. An automotive arms race had begun. As these trucks grew taller and heavier, normal cars became incredibly dangerous to drive. If you drive a standard sedan today, you cannot see past the massive truck in front of you. A crash between a modern truck and a small car is devastating. So families felt forced to buy bigger vehicles just to protect themselves. You have to buy a tank just to survive the grocery store parking lot. The modern American truck is not a product of natural consumer demand. It is a masterpiece of regulatory manipulation. It is a vehicle born from a 1960s trade war over frozen chicken. It was supersized by environmental regulations that completely backfired. It was subsidized by an IRS tax code meant for tractors. And it was packaged in a multi-billion-dollar marketing campaign selling a myth. We did not abandon the standard car because we suddenly became rugged cowboys. We bought pickup trucks because the system made it the only logical choice left. The American road was redesigned by accident.